Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Entertainment Podcast, your source for all things entertainment. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, today I have Nikhil Jha on the line, and he's founder over at Deathless Entertainment. Nikhil, welcome to the show.
Appreciate you having me.
All right, so excited to get into what you're up to over at Deathless Entertainment, but before we do, let's get a little bit further into your background. So how did you get started in your career?
Great, yeah. So I've always been very interested in technology, films and music and art, and try to how to find a way to put all of my loves and interests into one place. So when I was early into my marketing career, the first kind of stint in that was starting a clothing company, really small company, pretty much just was advertising on Tumblr, free advertising using social reach. Tumblr was really, really popular back then. So I kind of built a pretty big following on Tumblr and started to learn how social media operates and, the ins and outs of dealing with people, like influencer marketing, really early on, before Instagram was really the prominent social media. And then when Tumblr kind of died off and everyone started gravitating more towards Instagram, I noticed that there was a lot of crossover. So essentially I transferred everything that I learned in my days, designing clothes and marketing clothes, and really started realizing that, running a business and marketing a business and being a part of everything from the ground up is really where my interests were. And so eventually I started a blog. The blog turned into a media company, and that's where we are today.
Man, I love that. And what kind of advice would you give for some of those younger entrepreneurs that are maybe where you just started? Maybe they're graduating college and they're just kind of getting their feet wet in marketing. I mean, what kind of advice would you give them today?
Yeah, I think honestly, there's so much opportunity with social media, and I feel like, besides social media, just person-to-person interaction, there's just it's not talked about enough, but I feel like if you really want to do something, then you can find a way to do it, find a way to learn it, and find a way to implement it. So my advice would be to really just start learning what makes you tick and what you love, and, don't worry about what everybody else is telling you what to do. I feel like I was really rushed to get it straight out of high school into college and, follow a career path that maybe wasn't the perfect fit for me. And the time taken to adjust has really allowed me to find who I really am and what I really enjoy in this life.
Man, that's awesome. Let's switch it up. Let's get a little bit further into Deathless Entertainment. So tell us a little bit more about the company, please. Yeah,
definitely. So Deathless, like I said, it started off as a blog. In about 2018 is when I started it. The core concept was just to cover music, art, and culture, fashion, pretty much anything I was interested in. And, the blog was, picking up a little bit of traction. And then in December of 2019, correct myself, December of 2018 was when we filmed our very first interview. So we officially launched in March of 2019. That's when we started our YouTube channel, Deathless Entertainment. And it was a interview with a local artist in the Bay Area. What I did was I took that very high quality piece of footage, which I created with my business partner and co-founder of Deathless Entertainment, Daniel Crum. He is the head of photography and videography. We took that piece of content and we essentially I sent it out to anybody and everybody that I feel like would appreciate getting a very high quality interview where they can talk about themselves and their creative process. And very quickly, within about almost less than a month, we were, I was interviewing Lil Tracy, who is a huge underground emo rapper, and, listening to him every single day and then being face to face with him, it was almost surreal that it happened so quickly. And then, fast forward a couple more weeks, we just started getting a lot of leads with the interview, a lot of interest in the company. So 2019 was like a really good year for us, just starting out in March. It's been a little bit over a year. We're taking the company in a direction of kind of just wanting to make it bigger than life, really, not really getting boxed into a niche. I want to cover everything from music, like I said, to art. I mean, our latest series is an artist profile series where you get like a documentary style profile of an artist that you've never heard of. The most recent interview that we've put out is with a man by the name of Jonathan Gonzalez. He goes by Uma Inferno. Essentially, he runs a clothing brand. He does everything in-house. So we documented his creative process and really just gave him a platform to speak on, what he does and what he loves. But yeah, big picture, I definitely want to take this company, bring it into the forefront of, the global internet scope and kind of just like branch out into other things. Like I want to, really get into other subcultures and, kind of emulate like what Vice has done. And Vice is like a huge inspiration to me, how they started off as a magazine and kind of transformed into this like huge media company. I would love to have the same trajectory with Deathless, with my own spin on it, of course. But that's where we're headed right now. Really content with how much progress we've made, but also know that we have a lot more to go.
So what, and first off, congrats. What you are doing and what you're pulling off and executing is not easy. It's difficult. For those listening, trust me, it's hard. So what excites you right now? So obviously you got a lot going on. I mean, what's the most exciting part of what you do at Deathless right now that just gets you up every day and just fired up to keep going?
Honestly, it's just looking at everything that we've done and just knowing that we can get so much better. And, every interview, every video that we release, you can see the progress. So what really gets me out of bed is just thinking like, damn, how can I make today like the day? And how can I really put everything into this day to make sure that I know that I didn't leave anything on the table? So really just like a lot of like creative inspiration. I've, gotten the chance to learn video editing and video production, like the ins and outs of it. So really just like honing on my skills and, learning about everything that's going on right now, whether it be, the latest trends in music or fashion or anything, really just trying to consume as much as I possibly can so that, our viewers, our subscribers, the people that love our interviews and our videos, they, will be able to get more content that really satisfies them. And that's really more than anything I care about, the end consumer, which is the viewer. So I want to make this, every piece of content as great as possible. So that's really a long-ended answer of what excites me.
That's awesome, man. I love it. Great work over there. So that being said, so Nikhil, if somebody is listening to this and they want more information on Deathless Entertainment or Deathless, what's the best way for them to reach out and to follow your work and to follow your social, all that other good stuff? Let's give them the works.
Yeah, definitely. So you can go to our homepage. Our homepage is deathlessentertainment.com. Our Instagram is a growing community. You can find us there at DeathlessTV. And on Twitter and Facebook, we're Deathless ENT, as in entertainment. So yeah, you can follow for updates. Our Instagram is definitely the place to be right now. A lot of exclusive content going on there. And yeah, you can check out our entire video portfolio on deathlessentertainment.com.
Fantastic. Well, Nikhil, awesome having you on the show today. Love what you're doing over there. Keep up the great work. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Entertainment, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave some comments on the video. Love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Nikhil, thanks again for coming on the show.
Appreciate you, Adam.